Hey, what's going on, everybody? Big Country here. Welcome back to Country Living and another review. I've got to be honest with you straight up front, 1,000,000%. If I would, I had this RDA in my possession prior to my top 5 of 2017 video. And if I had to use this, because I didn't open this until after the first of the year and after that video was released. If I had to use this prior to that, this would have definitely without a doubt been in my top 5. It would have knocked the Peerless off and lowered the drop to number 5. Because this would have been in my number 2 slot behind the Bonza and above the Goon 1.5. It's so simple, but it's such a great vape, such a great flavor, easy to build on, and it's nothing special, nothing fancy at all. But what are we talking about today? We're talking about the Druga RDA from Augvape. Alright guys, this is the packaging that the Druga comes in from Augvape. Let's see, Augvape, and it's got some Chinese calligraphy. I think that's probably says Druga RDA. Along with social media, the authentic scratch and sniff, and the Augvape logo on the top of the tube. And that's it. You open it up, you're presented with this. It's just a tube. You got the Allen rings right here to the side, and you have the Druga RDA. And down inside the tube, you do have this little goodie bag. You do have a 510 drip tip adapter along with another Delrin drip tip. That's an 18 drip tip. Got some O-rings, and you have a squonk pin inside here. And that's it. You have a couple different O-rings. One for the top cap for the drip tip connection, and the other one's for just securing the barrel around the side of the deck. Now we have the RDA. We have the Ultim drip tip on there. Some people don't like that. I don't mind it too much. There's other drip tips that I prefer that I use these days, but it's a nice little drip tip. You take it off. You notice the black O-ring on the inside there, which is what secures the drip tip on top. Take off the top cap, the AFC, and this is designed just for a dual coil configuration, not a single coil. It's got one O-ring on the top, which provides, I think, just the right amount of tolerance to where you can comfortably adjust the Cyclops style airflow on this. And the conical shape design is very, very smooth, nice and clean. And this RDA has great flavor. We'll take the barrel off, and you see this is pretty much like the airflow here is Goonish, Goon 1.5-ish style. One side does have the Double D Druga logo engraved into it, nice and clean, smooth. The other side is just plain, just a nice and clean top cap. And here's the deck. You got 2 O-rings right there. Let's look at the bottom of it first. Let's say Vapes House and Augvape across the top. And the serial number on the bottom is 15,999. It's a high serial number, right? Negative post right here. And the 510 pin is a gold-plated copper 510 pin, I believe. It does protrude out. I would normally like to see a little further protruding 510 pin for hybrids, but where it's got that pink insulator right there separating and flush with the negative threading, I feel this is safe. I've used this on mechanical models myself. This is safe enough for a hybrid device. Now let's look at the build deck. You see the screws. You got 2 post clamp design. You can hand tighten these down for the most part. Then you have to use a screwdriver on top just to get them down, to get them clamped down tight and securely. Open the top post is a split post design. It's open on the top where you can just drop your coils from the top in and get them in your post evenly. And then when you put this back on, you want to make sure that you go backwards a few times until you get the threading to line up right. And there you go. Because you definitely do not want to cross thread this thing, because you will, over time, I feel like these posts can go in and it might even snap off. I thought they was going to redesign these to where the tops were not closed, or where the tops were closed off, but I guess if they have, it was after this version I got, but maybe they didn't. The deep well's pretty deep. I mean, it's not a huge deep well, juice well, but it's a good juice well. And you see the positive post right here is surrounded by the peak insulator on the bottom. And this can squonk, because it does come with a squonk pin. I don't use it as a squonker. I use it as a dripper. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put a set of coils in here. I'm going to put a set of Fralians in, and we're going to put it together, and then we're going to wind up going back up top and talking about it. All right, sorry, I had some trouble putting the coils in here. I was just boasting about it a few minutes ago in the opening, but how easy it was to build on. And it is easy to build on. It's just I cut my leads too short, and I had a finagle and all that, so I didn't even show much of the build because I had so much trouble. I had to work it, and I I can't have it under camera and get it positioned right. I had to, Anyway, so you didn't get to build in. What I got in here, though, is some aliens. The Fralians I was putting in there, I wound up messing up with it when I had it on the Geek Vape. When I got them installed, but I was, it fell over, the Geek Vape, the Pro tab here, it fell over on my desk, and the fire button was depressed, and then one of the coils, it was getting hot, of course, it burned my vape mat, so I had rubber on that coil, so I had to throw them coils away. So I just got some aliens on here. This is on the D-Pro parallel box mod. This is what I have it on. I've been using it on the this Druga's lived on the Cricket 25 in parallel mode since I started using it about 2 months now. But yesterday I put the Cricket into series mode and put a series mode on there. So I'm using it on the D-Pro box mod now. So there'll be a review for the D-Pro coming up here eventually. So let's take a vape. Let's take a vape of this. It's so good. Lord have mercy. I need to start blowing that way. I've talked highly about this, and the reason it would not have made my #1 spot in the top 5 videos is because I'm worried about the longevity of the post. Even though I've had this thing for a couple months, I'm putting several builds in here. I haven't came across any issues with it yet, but the longevity of the builds, kind of the posts, the skin build posts, kind of worry me. And if you get that screwed down, just if you go cross-threaded by mistake, you're going to bend them in. It just kind of worries me of how strong and how long those are actually going to last. But the flavor on this thing is great. Right there with the Bonza. Airflow is, like I said, Cyclops airflow, just with it's more goon style 1.5-ish, which is what I like about it. You put the coils right there at the airflow, middle of it, and that way the air goes in the bottom half a coil, goes straight into your mouth. It's such a great flavor, such a great vape. Cloud production for days. The flavor's phenomenal. I'm going to have to get me another Druga, I think, to add to my collection. Get some more for different colors and all that, just so I can have them. So I got multiple Dead Rabbits. I got multiple Goons. I've got a couple of... I got a couple Raptures. I need to get a few Drugas for sure, definitely. So other than the possibility of the posts kind of wearing out at the end eventually, then that's the only con. I haven't squawked with it yet because I'm going to use it as a dripper. I mean, I can just right down the middle of it, and it's no problems at all. I really like this. It's my kind of vaping. So, you might like it too. If you just want to be a dripper, I'm sure it shines as a squonker. I mean, I'm sure it can. There's no problems at all. But I'm just going to use it as a dripper, and I just love it. Great performance, great flavor. It's such. We got so many addies out there, man. You can't go wrong with a lot of them. You really just can't. But it's nice to have a variety in your collection. We have multiple setups, that are together. You can vape on any of them and still get a pleasurable vaping experience. Depending on what you want. But that's it. That was the Druga RDA from Augvape. Such a great one. Such a great one. Can't wait to try some more of this stuff. And that's it. There'll be links in the description for pricing, along with code LIVIN5 on FastTech.com. Patreons, thank you very much for your support. Again, I've said this in a couple videos already now. That your previous feedback in the vlog video about my overthinking about everything really helped me a lot. So, yeah, I have simplified it, though. I've lowered the tiers. There's only like 3 tiers available. So go check it out if you're interested in Patreon at all. And, I give back as much as I can. And I do thank you very much for your support. And today is like the last day. Hopefully we hit 2K by midnight. Probably not going to, but the 2K giveaway is going to happen. Once we hit 2K, I will announce the entry details of how you can enter into that giveaway once we hit it, and we'll let it run for a couple weeks, and then we'll draw a winner. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your support. And until next video, just keep on vaping and living, baby.